Welcome. I have a really powerful breathwork practice to share with you today. This is a really short and simple breathwork. And I love working with the breath because out of all the yoga practices, it's one of the simplest and most powerful ways that we can communicate directly with our nervous systems to change how we feel. So, breathwork is a tool that can be really, really helpful for a lot of people. There's a lot of individual variation, both in what's going on in our systems, in our body, minds, and how we do each particular practice. So, it's really important to pay attention to how you feel and to trust how you feel as you do this practice. If anything about it doesn't seem right or it's not having the effect that you would like it to have, then just discontinue it. That's a great time to check in with an experienced yoga teacher or a yoga therapist to get a little more personalized support and figure out what practice would work better for you. So, when we're working with the breath, we're able to directly influence both our heart rate and how our body is feeling, how our minds are feeling. And it gives us a great way to interact with our energy and our stress levels. So, when you apply this breath work in your life, you can just do it. So, whenever you're noticing you're starting to feel a little stressed, that's a great time to give this breath work a try and see if you can shift out of that stress mode into a calmer mode of being. That being said, when I first introduce this to people, I like to teach it in the context of a mindfulness type meditation practice, because that helps us really tune in to what is happening as we do the breath and how that breath lands for you as an individual. So, for this video, I'm going to be teaching the breath in the context of the mindfulness. But if you want to use it in your life, go ahead and just do 1 to 3 rounds of this breath and use it as a way to help support yourself in the moment. Okay, that's absolutely the intention of it. So, we're going to start by finding a comfortable position where you are able to tune into your breathing and pay attention to how you feel. You might choose to be seated or lie down, either on the floor like I am, or on a chair or a bed or a couch or whatever you've got handy. Please be where you are comfortable and may be able to be still if possible while you're working with this breath, especially if they're new to this practice. If you feel like you would be best served by standing up and or moving around, please feel free to do that mindfully while you're practicing. It's absolutely okay to do what you need to do to support yourself during breath work. We're going to start by tuning into our connection with the surfaces that are supporting us. So you might be feeling contact with the floor, cushions, or furniture, both beneath you and maybe also behind you. Perhaps you're leaning on the back of a chair or a wall. So you're just going to tune into the surfaces that support you. And maybe for our purposes at the moment, see if you're able to relax a little bit and allow that support to happen. If you notice that you're not relaxing or you're holding tension, it's okay. You don't need to force anything to happen. To the extent that you can just get curious about whatever it is that's going on for you right now. And then as you're noticing your connection to all of these surfaces that support you, start to make some room in your awareness for your breathing as it's unfolding right now. And your body is already doing the work of breathing. It's taking care of that for you all the time. So you're just bringing more of your awareness onto your breath. And as you do that, see if you can let your body do the work. So you don't need to breathe in any particular way. We're just tuning in. See if you can let each breath arise whenever your body wants to breathe. Nice, relaxed, easy rhythm of inhales and exhales. Just seeing how things are. And then as you're doing this exploration, you might notice, oh, it feels like either the inhale or the exhale phase of the breath is a little easier for me right now. Or maybe it feels like one part of the breath is a little bit longer or a little bit smoother. So in this phase of the practice, we're just taking a baseline. We're paying attention to where you're at right now as things are. And then without too much effort, without overworking your breath, see if you can just maybe slow your breathing down a little bit. Slow, easy inhales. Just letting the exhales go. Let your body do the work of breathing out. Your body knows what to do. As you're paying attention to your breath and maybe slowing your breath down a little bit, you can just notice how that lands for you. How does that feel in your body mind system? So, the breath work we're going to do today is in the research world sometimes referred to as a physiological sigh. And this is a breath pattern that we do naturally and other animals do naturally as well during sleep or as we're preparing for sleep. And sometimes at other times when we need to get rid of some stress or reduce some stress, acute stress that we're feeling. So, the way this breath will happen in a moment when we begin the practice is we're going to take a nice, full, easy inhale and then a second inhale on top of that. So, when you bring that second inhale into your lungs, you're going to have to work a little bit to really fill your lungs up. And then it's a slow, sighing exhale breath, either through your nose or through your mouth. And you're going to just slow that exhale all the way down. And we'll just do 3 repetitions of that. So you'll be a little bit at your own pace. I'll talk you through it. But if your breath is at a different pace, go ahead and follow your own breath. So before we begin, we'll take a nice easy inhale and easy exhale together. And then you'll take another full easy inhale, a second inhale, and a slow sighing exhale breath through nose or mouth, exhaling all the way. And then a nice full easy inhale, second inhale, and a slow steady exhale breath, exhaling all the way up. And then again an inhale, a second inhale, and a slow sighing exhale breath, letting all your breath go. And then let your breath return to any rhythm that feels good. And you can expand your attention like you're zooming out from your breath. So you may still have awareness that your breath is moving in and out of your body. But now you're feeling your whole body. And you're feeling into whatever you notice about the state of your mind and your heart in this moment. And then just see if anything has changed. And do you like the change? Does it seem like a change that you want? So whether we like something and whether it's helpful is not always the same thing, but it's worth inquiring about whether this change feels pleasant. And then just check in again with your breathing, noticing how the inhales feel and how the exhales feel and whether one is perhaps longer or smoother or deeper than the other. Whether one is happening more easily. Seeing if anything has changed about the way your breath feels after doing this practice. I hope you found this helpful. If you like this way of breathing, use it when you need it. You only need about 1 or 2 or 3 repetitions. If it feels okay, you might do a few more. Try it in the context of your life. See if you can tune into when your stress levels are rising. And then what happens if you use this breath when you notice that occurring in order to create a shift for yourself. If you have any questions or you want to share your experiences, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. Take really good care.